Today, we're diving into Barcelona, the city that never sleeps, mostly because everyone's too busy trying to dodge pickpockets on La Rambla. Barcelona, the jewel of Catalonia, known for its art, architecture, and ability to drain your wallet in record time. It's a city where history meets modernity. And by meets, we mean clashes in a battle so epic, even Gaudi's Sagrada Familia is taking its sweet time to see who comes out on top. This is Barcelona, the city that parties harder than you did in your experimental phase in college. Here, the nightlife doesn't just whisper your name, it yells it across the Mediterranean. Ready to dive into the hedonistic heart of Catalonia, where the only thing more relentless than the party is the pushy street promoter. Let's embark on this cautionary tale of nocturnal escapades. First stop, Las Ramblas, where every tourist thinks the party of their life awaits, only to find overpriced drinks and souvenir shops selling stuff you'll regret buying in the morning. It's the perfect place to start your night, if you enjoy mingling with other lost souls, wondering where the real Barcelona is. Las Ramblas after dark is like the Vegas Strip's less classy cousin who studied abroad once and never lets anyone forget it. Here, the night is young, the drinks are overpriced, and the street performers are just waiting to make uncomfortable eye contact, so you feel guilty walking away without tipping. This boulevard is where diets go to die. Prepare your taste buds for an onslaught of tapas that range from, oh, this is nice, to, I guess it's edible, if you close your eyes. And let's talk about the sangria that's so sweet, you'll need a dentist appointment by the end of the night. The clubs along Las Ramblas are an anthropologist's dream. They offer a unique glimpse into the natural habitat of the party animal in its prime, complete with mating dances and territorial squabbles over the best spot at the bar. Entry fees are a small fortune, ensuring you understand the true cost of living it up in Barcelona. Don't forget the souvenir shops, open late to cater to your regrettable decision to buy a Barcelona t-shirt at 3 a.m. It's the perfect memento to remind you of the night you can barely remember, but definitely can't forget. As you navigate this neon-lit gauntlet, you'll dodge promoters promising the best night of your life, pickpockets hoping you're too distracted to notice them, and street vendors selling everything from glow sticks to mystery meat kebabs. It's an adventure, a test of will, and a lesson in urban survival all rolled into one. So arm yourself with a sense of humor, a tight grip on your wallet, and maybe a pair of comfortable shoes. It's going to be a long night. Las Ramblas doesn't just offer nightlife, it serves up a slice of life you didn't know you needed, and probably still aren't sure about. In the end, remember, what happens on Las Ramblas is probably best left there, or at the very least, turned into a cautionary tale for your fellow sarcastic travelers. Cheers to the nights you'll never remember, and the friends you'll never forget, even if you try. El Raval, the land of narrow streets where the past and the present have a fistfight, and both claim victory. It's where you can find art, culture, and a kebab shop on every corner, because nothing says cultural mosaic like eating food from 4 different continents on the same street. Let's talk bars. In El Raval, every drinking hole is a unique snowflake, from hipster havens serving craft beers that taste suspiciously like the mainstream ones, to clandestine cocktail bars that make you wonder if you need a password, a secret handshake, or just a better sense of direction to find the entrance. And the clubs? El Raval's clubs are like that box of chocolates Forrest Gump talked about, except instead of chocolates, it's music genres, and you never know what you're gonna get. One moment you're grooving to the latest hits, the next you're caught in a time warp where it's always the 80s. The dress code is, I didn't plan to come here. And the dance moves range from ironic twerking to, is that person okay? Food is an integral part of any night out. and El Raval does not disappoint. The neighborhood offers a culinary trip around the world. From tapas bars that claim their patatas bravas are the best in the city. Spoiler, everyone makes that claim. To hole-in-the-wall spots where the menu is as much a mystery as the ingredients. Eating here is like playing culinary roulette. And let's be honest, you're not here for a Michelin star, you're here for the story. But El Raval isn't just about the nightlife, it's about the morning after life. Nothing beats the experience of sidestepping remnants of last night's party on your walk of shame, or should we say, walk of fame. After all, surviving a night out in El Raval earns you a badge of honor, or at least a very confused Uber driver trying to navigate its labyrinthine streets to rescue you at 5 a.m. So, dear sarcastic travelers, if you're looking for a night out where you can dance like nobody's watching, because they're probably not, drink like it's prohibition, because your wallet might wish it was, and eat like it's your last meal, because it might just taste that way, El Raval is calling your name. Just remember, what happens in El Raval is probably best left unexplained. Elborn, where the past and the party coexist in an uneasy alliance. By day, a picturesque postcard of Barcelona's rich history. By night, a playground for those who believe bedtime is a suggestion rather than a rule. Let's talk bars. In Elborn, every drinking establishment seems to be competing for the title of most quirky. From cozy speakeasies hidden behind unmarked doors to rooftop bars offering views obscured by the Instagram influencers posing in front of them, Elborn has it all. Here, the cocktails are as complicated as your relationship status, featuring ingredients you can't pronounce and garnishes that could double as botanical garden exhibits. And the tapas bars. Oh, the tapas bars, where you'll engage in the ancient local tradition of elbowing your way to the front just to shout your order over a crowd that's seemingly there for a shouting contest. The food is delicious, but you'll earn it in a battle of wits, patience, and sheer determination. Now, let's not forget the nightclubs of Elborn. They're the kind where you're not sure if you're cool enough to get in until you realize everyone inside is just as bewildered as you are. The music is a mix of what's hot and what's so not, ensuring that your dance moves, ranging from awkward uncle at a wedding to pop star in the making, will go unnoticed in the eclectic crowd. Elborn is also famous for its cultural offerings, like live music that ranges from jazz bands in dimly lit basements to impromptu street performances that make you question whether you're witnessing the next big thing or just someone's very public breakdown. And then there are the late-night eateries, serving everything from gourmet burgers that require a small loan to acquire to fusion dishes that seem to fuse confusion with cuisine. It's all part of the Elborn experience, where eating at 2 a.m. feels not just acceptable, but absolutely necessary. In summary, Elborn's nightlife is for the adventurers, the romantics, and the slightly lost. It's where history meets mystery, and where every night out feels like a chapter from a book you're too cool to admit you're writing. So grab your most ironic t-shirt and your sense of wonder, and dive into the beautiful chaos that is Elborn after dark. Remember, in Elborn, every night is an opportunity to be part of a story you'll probably exaggerate about later. Barceloneta, where the sands are golden, the sea is inviting, and the chances of stepping on a discarded beer can are higher than finding a spot without a towel at noon. Barceloneta by day is all sun, sea, and sand. But by night, it turns into a fascinating exhibit called Humans in Their Natural Habitat, The Quest for a Good Time. It's where the line between beachwear and clubwear is as blurred as your vision will be by the end of the night. Let's dive into the bars first, shall we? The watering holes here have a decor theme that can best be described as shipwreck chic. It's all about wooden interiors, ropes, and enough nautical paraphernalia to make you seasick on dry land. The cocktails are fruity, The beer is cheap, and the floors are sticky. A loving tribute to every beach bar ever. And then there are the chiringuitos, those beachside bars that promise a chill vibe but deliver an experience more akin to a sardine can at peak hour. Here, you can sip on a mojito while someone's wet dog shakes itself off next to you. It's all part of the charm, they say. The music's loud, the crowd's louder, and the sea's just a stumble away for those who confuse refreshing dip with involuntary bath. Nightclubs in Barceloneta are where the bass drops harder than your dignity when you try to salsa. These places pack in more bodies than the beach does on a hot July day. Inside, you'll find a blend of tourists, locals, and those who can't remember how they ended up here, but are having too good a time to care. The dress code is, I might have been swimming in this, and the exit strategy is, follow the person who looks like they know where the fresh air is. But the real star of Barceloneta's nightlife? The impromptu beach parties. Nothing says Barcelona nights quite like a gathering around someone's Bluetooth speaker, sharing drinks from a communal bottle, and making friends with folks whose names you won't remember. It's communal, it's festive, and yes, it's technically not allowed, but it's the spirit of Barceloneta. Rebellious, a little bit wild, and always ready for a good time. So, if your idea of a perfect night out includes the possibility of getting sand in places you didn't know you had, dancing under the stars or the neon lights of a club, and navigating through a sea of partygoers with the skill of a drunken sailor, then Barceloneta is your paradise found. Just remember, the only souvenirs you're guaranteed to take home are memories, a hangover, and maybe a new flip-flop friend. Welcome to Barceloneta, the sandy heart of Barcelona's nightlife. Gràcia, with its narrow streets and plazas, is like that indie movie you pretend to understand. It's charming, a bit confusing, and you can't help but feel slightly out of place if you're not wearing at least one item of vintage clothing. The area comes alive at night, not with the sound of club bangers, but with the gentle hum of organic conversation and the clinking of glasses filled with locally sourced wine. The bars in Gràcia are the kind where the bartender likely doubles as the DJ, philosopher, or both. Here, ordering a beer involves a 5-minute conversation about its origins, flavor profile, and life aspirations. Cocktails are not just mixed, they're crafted with the kind of care usually reserved for newborns or fragile antiques. Let's not forget the vermuterias, where the art of drinking vermouth is taken as seriously as a heart attack. These places are where you'll find the locals engaging in their favorite pastime, debating politics, art, whether or not the latest indie band is sold out, all while sipping on vermouth like it's the elixir of life. And the squares. Oh, the squares of Gràcia. By night, these become the social hubs of the neighborhood, bustling with groups of friends, families, and the occasional confused tourist. It's here that you can experience the true essence of Gràcia's nightlife, sitting on a slightly uncomfortable bench, beer in hand, engaging in what can only be described as people watching with a purpose. But what about the clubs, you ask? Gràcia answers with intimate live music venues, where the concept of personal space is as foreign as a franchise fast food restaurant. These are the places where you can catch up-and-coming bands before they become cool, so you can say you saw them first and earn those all-important hipster points. Dining out in Gràcia is an adventure in itself, featuring a menu of culinary delights that range from vegan tapas to artisanal pizzas. It's all about eating sustainably, locally, and ironically. The only thing more diverse than the food options is the range of languages you'll overhear, from Catalan and Spanish to English, French, and the universal language of, I'm not sure what I just ordered, but it tastes amazing. In conclusion, Gràcia's nightlife is for those who like their evenings out, to be filled with character, charm, and a side of pretentiousness. Just kidding, we love you, Gràcia. It's where you go to feel cultured, connected, and a little bit cooler than you probably are. So, dust off your vintage leather jacket, practice your ironic toast, and dive headfirst into the bohemian rhapsody that is Gràcia. Remember, in Gràcia, every night is a chance to be someone new, even if it's just a more hipster version of yourself. So, there you have it. A cynic's guide to partying in Barcelona. Whether you're dodging promoters on Las Ramblas, getting lost in El Raval, or making questionable decisions on Barceloneta beach, one thing's for sure. You'll end up with stories you're only half proud to tell. Smash that like button if you've ever sworn never again after a night out in Barcelona. Subscribe for more brutally honest travel guides, and comment below with your own tales of Catalan nights. Until next time, keep dancing, keep exploring, and maybe keep your wallet a little closer. Adios, amigos. Remember, in Barcelona, the night is always young, and so are the mistakes waiting to be made.